So, Backyard Dog, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad, my brother. And yourself?
Okay, good. We're here for Can I Talk? Speaking of your illustrious catalog, so how did it feel to have a hit record then turn into a major sync for multiple syncs for you?
Um, you know, it's like the song that never dies,
Right.
you know? Um, it's 21 years in the making, And yeah, for Sinks, it did really well.
Hmm.
Really, really well. I mean, but I had some great at the time, I had a great relationship with my publishers.
Okay.
Yeah, which was Chrysalis.
Okay.
Yeah, they were really active at the time
Hmm.
for me. So I gotta give them credit for that, and I worked really well with them.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we we bagged the Coca-Cola deal with them first.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, man, and that was some long digits.
That's huge.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So how long did that sync last for?
That ran for the whole World Cup 2002 campaign.
Oh wow, that's huge.
Yeah,
World
yeah,
Cup. Woof.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, from that, it actually got accredited for Ivan Novello.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got selected. I mean, I was at the team.
That's all that matters. Representation matters
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for sure.
What about yourself, man?
Um, well, my first sync, ironically, was a Japanese record. I had a hit Japanese record in 2006 with an artist named Kumi Koda.
Okay,
It's a song called Cherry Girl. It was in a major phone commercial, and then it was in a hair commercial called Kosi, and then it was in three more commercials. And it was in a pachinko machine. So pachinko machines are like pinball
yeah,
machines
yeah, 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 yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Japan. So it was in like three adverts and a few pachinko machines, and it did really well.
Yeah,
It was my biggest earning record from syncs
yeah.
that
I,
I
I,
had.
I dropped a clown though because we had a we had a shout with Warner Brothers again at USA
Oh wow.
for the same track for a movie, a Japanese movie. I can't remember what it was called though. But
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, that's the beauty of syncs. Like even like now, like I just got a sync with ironically with FIFA
yeah, yeah,
23
yeah, yeah,
World
yeah.
for the World Cup for the video game for a song that I co-produced and wrote with some in London with some friends, David Asante, Laura, Fem, and MD and Sean Bates. So we did that. But syncs are great. This is something I really love. Syncs are, to me, allows us composers to have places for our catalog for songs that may not
Without doubt.
necessarily live as recordings, but they can be live in sync with film and TV and
Yeah,
commercials.
they, they, ha-
Like
they have like a whole different life, right?
they do have a whole life. Like I know we did, like me and Angelique Sinaloo, we did a song with John Legend for a theme song for a TV show in
Okay,
America called
okay.
Underground that was on for a few seasons. And so there's songs that are specifically for TV and film that are
Yeah,
great.
I mean, one of the major experiences I had was writing for us. Dive. I was given like a brief,
Mhm.
and then they brought me into the studio and says, right, you need to write for this part of this movie.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? At that point, I thought, yeah, I'm made, man. I felt good. The vibe was just different. Do you know what I mean? Just to have that opportunity and then to actually see it come to life.
So you basically scored
Yeah,
a
man.
movie.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That's a rare opportunity for composers to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I wrote a song for this a movie called Mike Bassett, England manager.
Oh
Yeah, so
wow.
so in the UK it was like very big. The guy that
Right.
was starring, a guy called Ricky Tomlinson.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's like a big comedic type actor.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was really good. That was really good. The song was called Extra Extra, and
Okay.
then and still Baddest Ruffest featured in that movie as well.
Oh wow. So yeah, the double sync.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's wonderful.
So that really worked. And then we had that a Heineken joint as well.
Oh, Heineken. Oh,
Yeah,
that's commercial money.
yeah, and that was big that was for the FIFA for the World Cup 2002.
That's great.
Yeah, that was a
So
massive.
having multiple syncs from one song
Yeah,
and which I want to say is the trifecta for any composer, because what happens is it takes that one copyright and it expounds it into so many different usages and opportunities, and that's the beauty of having a copyright. So, question with your for you as a composer, did you ever imagine when you went in to write the Baddest Ruffest that it would have live in so many different places?
You know, in that period, I wrote over 4 albums.
Right.
Yeah, just in that period.
Mm-hmm.
That was the lead song that I liked.
Is it? Wow.
It just
Isn't it always that? My biggest record is a song that I didn't think would be okay.
The one in it.
Yeah. I thought they were better records, you know?
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean, I know even now has having a legacy record like that for you must be great, because you still look at your statements and you see the usage of these songs.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. And that's the beauty and the surprise of being a songwriter.
You know, I think, you know, there was so much that's gone on since that 2 decades.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, as you know, as a composer yourself,
Yes.
innit? It's a long time.
Long time.
And you think how things, every decade or things come back around. And I've been fortunate that it's come back around again and again. And
it does.
And again, it just keeps on bouncing.
It's so crazy you say that, because like last Christmas, my biggest single in America, J-Lo's All I Have with LL Cool J, Coach used it for their campaign, their new for a campaign that they had, and a commercial campaign, and I was shocked that they used it. I was like, wow. And that record is 20 years old. So it just goes to show you that it does not matter. Your record can be used at any time, at any space. So for me and for you, we have what we call copyrights. Copyrights are songs that are like they live on forever. Some will call them evergreens, meaning songs that live the test of time. They're used in so many different facets over time. You might hear them on the radio. They might be synced into a commercial, a TV show, a film, out at will. You just never know, and that's what you aspire to have as a songwriter.
You know, you could really you couldn't, if you could actually plan it out, you'd say, yeah, I'd love to have a Coke advert. I'd love to have a Heineken advert.
You would love,
I'd love to be in a movie studio, right into a part of a school.
Right.
You just could never write this.
You cannot write that. And it's funny. So a song you went in to write one day.
Yeah.
And if you knew that day that you wrote that song that it would amount to that, would it have changed the way that you created that song?
You know, that song, I mean, once I'm in my zone,
right,
I'm very hyper.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And I can, I just go in.
Mm-hmm.
And I created that hook within probably less than 15 minutes.
Isn't that the best when you created that quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just, you know, so it's kind of known as the money shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, people just see it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hear it, it's not even singable, but it's syncable.
It's syncable, and that's all that matters.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's all that matters.
And then, you know, when we got that first major thing, it was just all like, all the ad agencies were just coming in.
You must have been so excited when you got that first major sync.
Oh man!
When it was World Cup, it's like, what? Are you kidding me right now?
Yo, Coca-Cola wanted to do what they call a cross promotion.
Yes.
So they came and I played at Leeds and Reading Festival. It's a big festival in the UK. Mm-hmm. And they came there and they loved what they saw. Mm-hmm. My band was like made up of some legendary Manchester people. Mm-hmm. I'm talking legends in the game. They've had like major hits. Do you know what I mean? And the band was so tight. Mm-hmm. You know that feeling, you know that backing, that it can't be flawed. Doesn't matter which way you look at it.
Right.
They're just so tight. It was just amazing.
Right.
Amazing. And they wanted to do like a cross promotion. So they wanted to then take me on tour right across Europe.
The reality is, the good news is because of Chrysalis, you got the Coca-Cola advert, you got the Heineken advert, you got all these adverts from it. which is exciting because, like you said, very rare does a song get more than one sync.
Yeah.
You're part of an exclusive class of people that get multiple syncs from one copyright.
Yeah, I mean, BBC have used it numerous times.
That's
You know what I mean? Numerous times.
that's incredible. I mean, especially as a UK composer, that's incredible. As a global, from a global standpoint, that's great. I mean, for me, it happened to me in Japan, and you know, it's happened to me a couple times. But to have actual commercials, worldwide commercials, that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that was the biggest one. I mean, I had a second song which was signed to Sony.
Mhm.
That was called "Who's the Daddy."
Okay.
And I was part of a collective. I was just a feature at the point,
Mhm.
but I became a bit more of a feature. Like I said, I kind of like come to life.
Mhm.
So I brought Backyard Dog to a whole new platform of people,
Okay.
and that song ended up with As the Walmart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that ended up with As the Walmart, and that was big. That was a big sync.
So now you're here now, you have new music you're coming with?
You know, hey, I've got in excess of 4 albums that have not been touched.
Wow.
Plus ideas. You know how we do our
Yeah,
ideas?
we have
Like,
ideas, yeah.
I can't even tell you how many that have, you know, we could chop up.
Right, and the good news is you're collaborating with Canistore to release
Well,
some of this music
yeah,
in the
well,
Web3 world, in a new world, so this is really exciting. But you know what? A lot of creators go through that where
yeah,
they are intimidated by contracts and agreements and representation, and they don't have anyone to go to ask the question or to get advisory on, wait, is this right or is this wrong? And the beautiful thing about Canistore is that, you know, there will be people there that you can ask that question, like, okay, is this right or is this wrong? And honestly, you know, you're inspirational because
thank
the
you, bud.
thing is, you have reinvented yourself over time, and you're still here, and you're still working, you're still building your business, and you're still learning. So you're
I'm
saying,
definitely
okay,
learning.
cool. You know what? I didn't know 20 years ago this, but I know 20 years now
Yeah, damn
that,
right.
you know what? I do own my name. I do own my likeness. I
Mhm.
do own my copyright. I do own my master. So you can't talk me out of it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I own what I own. You own what you
You
own.
own what you
And you
own.
know what? We keep it pushing. Either we make this money,
Right.
stop arguing.
So
Or
now the opportunity for sync for my other works, I can do because guess what? I own it.
yeah, that's
I
exactly
own it. And
because
whoever I did it with, we can do business together, and we can do fair business, and we can move forward.
yeah, man.
That's it.
You know, to be honest, brother, I've always been a handshakes man. My father was that stand-up guy. Do you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Where we don't just say, we kind of follow through what the intention is.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
my family is a very respected family in our community. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We were one of the first black businesses ever uh,
Mhm.
to own own businesses.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? In our community. You know what I mean? So my understanding of business it's my default.
Right.
But the in between of the conversation. Do you know when you get caught up with music, we get caught up in the emotion of what we're making.
That's why you need paperwork.
Yeah. But I think with Canistore, the thing with Canistore is that nothing really matters because it'll be what it is. So you can't even, there's no discrepancy.
Right. You have smart contracts.
Yeah.
You have things you have within the app. There'll be protection.
Yeah.
So when you create your work, so say you upload your work to Canistore, you buy, they already have things in place to protect you for their own license, from their own smart contract. So you don't have to worry about, am I protected? Then the other piece is too, you don't have to worry about someone in the middle collecting your work, because you get to decide and
What that is.
delineate what your rate is and how your business is set up. So that's the beautiful thing about it too. And that's the power that you have now that you didn't have 20 years ago.
Most definitely. I mean, you know, like Radio One, you know, they championed that song. They championed it so hard, you know. And Warner Brothers, when you think these big conglomerates and everybody thinks, yeah, I've got a major deal, this, and it's all going to work out. No, the major labels are like, basically, it's like going to the bank. They give you money, and then they pretty much own your work for that period of time. With Canistore, you own your work. That's got me. That's a game changer.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you have to. We're in this world now where ownership is key,
Without
and we
doubt.
have to get creatives into the mindset that you want to own it. You want to understand how your business operates.
Yeah.
This is the pathway to do it. As well as this, before you relinquish your ownership away and you don't understand the process, this is a way for you to understand the process. So by uploading your work to Canistore, doing the NFT process, uploading it to the storage, going through the process of through the whole process of that ensues, and afterwards, in regards to how you monetize your music, that's something you learn when you own it. If you'll never learn it if you don't own it. If someone else represents it, you'll never know how it's collected.
You just wouldn't.
You'll never know.
Yeah, you just see money going into your bank, and that's
You don't
it.
read a statement because no one. Listen, most creators do not read a statement. If they get statements, they'll get. If they get a royalty statement, they don't read the statements. The statements are discarded to get the check or deposit. And that's it.
Because to be honest, as well, the statements are a bit overzealous, aren't they?
Yes,
and
they are.
That's purpose.
But also, no one trains you to read the statement as well.
Yes.
So then it's like, okay, what am I reading?
Yeah.
What do these lines mean?
And
what
to
do
be honest,
this verbiage means?
And most of us, what we do, we just go down to the bottom line there.
Yep, and that's it. The result.
BACS.
Not knowing what percentage is actually being collected from you.
Yeah.
It could be inaccurate.
But they're not doing it for free.
No, it could be it could be inaccurate. It could be additional percentage that you didn't agree to that's being collected.
Yeah.
So
no.
All right. So we had this has been a great conversation.
No, and that JLo project. I mean, I think that must have been a massive experience.
No, it was. It was kind of unexpected because we had written so many songs for that project, and that was the one I didn't expect to get on the project, and it did, and it went number 1 for 4 weeks on Billboard Hot 100. So it changed my life, and then it was kind of a sign that I should be doing it professionally. So I continue to do it, and I appreciate it more now than I did then.
Right. Okay.
It's now I realize has more significant. Actually, this year is the 20th year release of the album, and the single. The single came out in November.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So the single came out December.
Okay.
And then it was hit #1 in February of 2003. But yeah, this is the 20th year of the single on the album.
So we're both on the second decade.
We're on the second decade.
Jeez, man.
Second decade. Yeah.
And again,
we're still here. We're still here.
We're still pushing, right?
We're still pushing. OG.
Yeah.
OG status.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
All right.
It's been great talking to you.
Great talking to you too.
You know what I mean? Bless,
pleasure. I respect your work and your legacy, and let's continue to build.
Let's do that, man. Let's do that.
All right,
hopefully we can do something together.
Yes, we'll do stuff together.
Come on.
Thank you for joining Can I Talk? Here with Backyard Dog, and I'm Curtis Richardson. Thank you for your time. Take care.
Canistore.
Canistore from Canistore.
Yes, I can.